Good, I just did. Lynn, royalty. Joe Holly, royalty. Look at them
Yeah.
beside each other on my screen too. Nice. All right, that's kicked off there, Scott, and
All right,
YouTube. There
perfect.
you go.
Yeah, well, I guess to kick today off, we've been talking about doing this for a few years, having a little pre-conference meetup, and usually we're hair on fire and trying to get to get to the conference. But this year we threw it in the calendar, and we're making it happen. So we just wanted to um, again, pre-conference kickoff, give a little walkthrough for anybody who hasn't attended Safety Connect before, just how to make the most of your Safety Connect, and for those of you that have attended, just an overview of what's going on this year, and then of course I think Jamie's got the wheel somewhere in the background. He's putting a little WD-40 on it for later, so we can spin that a few times, but yeah, other than that, Jamie, did we want to do share the screen and a little walkthrough of this year's event?
Yeah, that would be fantastic. So let me get in there. Actually, there's probably a few folks that are not registered. So if you're not registered, welcome, and there's still time to register. If you are registered, we've opened the doors. So if you we'll be sending out another email today just as a reminder with the link, but somewhere in your email is an email from us. Could be Scott that has a link in there so you can log in and tour or browse around and poke stuff and hopefully not break anything. Can you see my screen okay? Or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, all right. Usually I could hear Scott's head rattling when he nods, but not today. All right. So welcome. This is the platform. So if you're new to Safety Connect, it's all online. If you've booked your flights, apologies. That's going to be a real stinger when you get there, and it's still online. So everything's online. It's 3 days. Days 1 and 2 are primarily educational sessions. So we've got keynote sessions. We've got after the keynotes, there's 3 sessions at a time, so you can kind of pick and choose which sessions you want to go to. Sometimes the choices are difficult, but don't worry, everything is recorded, and usually a little less than an hour after this each session, it's up available on demand. So you can always go back and watch it, and then it stays up on demand for a whole year, which is helpful. And then we're spinning the wheel, we're winning prizes. And then, so that's day 1 and 2. There is at the end of each day a lounge. So similar to this, we go in for about an hour after the big show. We all network and have fun and spin the wheel and win prizes and that kind of thing. So share our good news, horror stories, whatever you've got from the day, and usually a horror story or two about one of us forgetting the links and that kind of thing shows up. Day 3 will be product showcase day. So we invite vendors, sponsors to come in. Thanks to them, we're able to keep the conference as inexpensive as possible. So absolutely invite you to get on day 3. And they, if it's software or physical products, they'll show what they're selling, and or new products and new product introductions and that kind of thing. So that's day 3. So without further ado, when you first log in, and maybe Scott, did you put the link in the
I
chat?
did, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
For people who have registered,
Oh, okay.
I guess I should include a link if you haven't registered yet.
Yeah, so try that link if you're registered, and if it doesn't work, then we'll send you another one. So right there, when you log in for the first time, it'll probably prompt you to edit your profile. If you skip it, we definitely invite you to get your lovely mug picture into the platform. Again, it's Safety Connect. A lot easier to connect with a face than a couple of letters in a circle. So And then you'll always, once you're past that, next time you log in, you'll show up on the home page. And you'll notice there'll just be different banners across the top. That day's keynotes will be there. A couple of you are on the founding members photo booth, and then the sponsors. And again, please thank the sponsors. Then we've got a welcome that you can watch or skip through. Maybe there's an Easter egg in there, maybe not. There's an access to the community. So with everyone's ticket, you have a full year access to the online community. And then there's just a little shortcut to view the agenda right here. And then as the conference starts, so on the 21st, right below this community will be all the next sessions that are coming up. So you can always go to the agenda and view the entire thing. And we've got some featured sessions, but right in the middle here on kind of row number 2 will be all the next sessions. So if it's the keynote, that one will be next. If it's 3 breakout sessions, it'll be those ones. And then, but the easiest place to go will be schedule and then all sessions. So we'll do that. And you can see here, we've been working with some speakers to get their dry runs. Ben, that will be your, you'll notice this one if you're doing a dry run with us, or a tech run, we'll call it. And so when you're on this screen, you've got some filters along the left. You can filter by category, if it's keynote, networking, that kind of thing. You can see all the speakers. You can view all the speakers if you want. You can go in depth on different speakers. So you can see that Rosie's a part of 2 sessions, and you can view those sessions and that kind of thing. And then as you scroll down, let's just say we filter on day 1. So you'll see we're going to open the doors a little bit early. So the conference starts at, what is this, 8 my time, 9 Central? What time do we start this rodeo, Scott? 9 Central, I believe. So this is my time. So we will open just in a room like this. If you want to have a coffee and, you know, shoot the shazola before the conference, you're welcome. Yeah, got to bring your own coffee though.
Yeah, well, this year we had the little coffee reception ahead of time. Samantha will be hosting that session, and Jonathan Smith's going to be joining her, and he'll be giving us a few little ergo stretches to get the blood flowing and get everybody ready for the conference. So it'll be a little addition this year to the coffee meetup.
Cool. Well, maybe we should name it Coffee and Ergo. Maybe.
Coffee and stretch.
Coffee and stretch. Get a little stretch. So then you scroll down and you can see sessions. Once you're on the day, you'll notice as an attendee, it'll say join session or join as attendee. There'll be a little button. It'll appear 5 minutes before each session. But you can always click right on a session and see what that session will be about, see who the speakers are, and that kind of thing. So kicking it off with Carl McRae, hot topic, learning from bad things that don't happen. Great speaker, recommended by the Safety on the Edge team. So thanks to them and thanks to Carl. And then, so that's really easy just to navigate. We've got a couple of networking sessions on day 1 and day 2. And so this one is just a pure networking session. We'll break into, you know, everyone will go into essentially a big Zoom meeting. We'll have breakout rooms, good discussions, maybe some trivia in there, some offhanded questions to discuss, come back, talk as a group, and just, you know, like a proper networking session might be at a real conference, just we'll have to do it all on Zoom. And of course, spin the wheel and that kind of thing. On day 2, there's going to be our Safety Connect trivia. So definitely going to try and stump all you safety pros. Maybe not Lynn. I think Lynn was rocking and rolling last year with all the answers. So we're going to try and stump Lynn too, but for the rest of us normal folks, might be a little bit more difficult. And then again, spinning the wheel for prizes. This year we have some grand prizes. there's a little bit of leadership or leaderboard activity as you cruise around the conference and you watch sessions and ask questions. All the activity you do in the conference awards you some points. So you'll see up in here there'll be a leaderboard. Might be over here. It's not active yet, but you'll see a leaderboard menu, and you can just see where you are on the leaderboard and how many points you have. We're gonna try something a little. We're always trying to navigate. Unless you're employed by OSHA, thank you, Tom. There'll be no winning of prizes if you are part of
Yeah.
the Department of Labor.
Well,
What's that?
I was going to make a joke, but maybe I'll save it to myself. Just with the shutdown going on right now, maybe everybody's eligible for prizes. But
Oh, that's nice. So the way we're going to get people onto the big grand prize wheel is we're going to take the top. There's going to be a few extra ways you can get on the wheel directly, but we're going to take the top 100 point getters. And so if you're doing anything in the conference, if you're actively watching the sessions, you'll probably have enough points to get on the wheel. So, we've had a few years where it's the top 20 and the top, and we won't mention names, but some people just go around the conference and click stuff and question, ask just simple questions just for the purpose of gaining points. So, we're going to try and reward the real activity instead of just the gaming activity. And then at the end of the conference on day 3, we'll spin a nice big golden wheel with 100 names on it. And there's a TV, some earbuds, tablet, and then what we do is we browse the sponsor gifts, like they've donated prizes to the wheel, and we pick a few of the best ones and throw them on the big golden wheel as well. So some really nice donations this year again, and just thanks to those sponsors. All right, so that's schedule. One place over here, so there's 2 things going on. Again, it is called Safety Connect, and we want you to connect. So this is where you'll see all the attendees. You can see some people have Andy, right on, buddy. Andy's got a picture on there, and some people don't. So again, add your pretty picture on there, and then you can see you can connect with people. So you can connect, you can chat directly. If you do connect with someone, it'll send them a note, and they'll accept your connection or not. And then the other thing is here, if you want to send a message, you can also set up a little group. So maybe I can set up a group with Samantha and Scott, and let's get Brian McCorder in there. And then I can call this the Safeopedia group chat. And so let's say you've got a bunch of people, maybe friends, maybe it's work colleagues, who knows what it is. Maybe it's random, and you can set up a group so you can just kind of have a group chat and talk amongst yourselves, kind of thing. So that's a little bit about messaging and finding people. Highly encourage that. The networking session, we do a lot of meet somebody new. So you'll be randomly separated into windows and groups. So it's nice to meet somebody new. And if you get into a room with someone who's been to Safety Connect multiple times or a founding member, they'll tell you right away that they've had many lifelong friends and colleagues now from Safety Connect. So that's an awesome thing. There is also, and is it launched yet? I think it is. There is one big full-on master kind of group chat. So this is the conference chat. You can go in here. You can add pictures, memes, ask questions. So if you want to see, this is like the water cooler. If you want to go see what's happening, community discussions, and it's under there like that. There's also, you can join a video chat in here as well. So if you're, really wanting to have another Zoom meeting, then absolutely, by all means, you can join the the video chat here. So under the expo hall, again, sponsors. Thank you, sponsors. Title sponsors 3M. Thanks to Intensi for being the diamond sponsor. And, the platinum sponsors. Can't thank any of them enough. And maybe we'll pick on a couple here. Warson, they always have some cool gifts, cool giveaways, and really awesome different brands of footwear. But if you go into their virtual booth, a couple things you can do inside of a virtual booth. If you want to meet with a sponsor, you can actually meet now. So this will set up a one-on-one either group chat, or you can do a video call if you've got some specific questions maybe for them. You can just leave them a message. So that'll send them a note. Maybe, hey, reach out to me later. I'm thinking about a footwear program at my organization. So there's that kind of thing where you don't want to chat right now, but you want to drop them a line to reach out later. So you can do that. And you can just send that message, and that'll send them an email. And then, as you'll notice, they've chocked their booths full of stuff, videos, different links you can click on, lots of other videos, and then things you can download. So they've got their catalogs in here, and then just a bunch of different links. So connect with them on Instagram, and you can see a bunch of their different brands are on full display here. So absolutely check out the booths, click on all the links, watch the videos. You get points. So you are trying to collect points. You do get points for that kind of thing, but go and connect with them on social media as well. And that is the sponsor booths. Who else has good, let's see, Squincher. Squincher's hosting the first networking event, right, Scott?
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say that we've got a lot of the original sponsors who have been sponsoring. This is year 6. They've been with us for 6 years. Squincher is one of them. Warson's one of them. Certainty Software, Safe Map. There's a number of them. We'll definitely give them shout outs during the conference. But we have a lot of new ones this year as well. So we're really, really excited to be hosting them for the first time, and really encourage you guys. You see Intensi and Field First there. Really encourage people to reach out and get to know those shoebox. I know that's one of Randy's favorite, Kepler 51 and Serafina, Syncra there. So definitely reach out, connect with some of the new ones that you don't recognize if you've been with us before, and give them a special thanks for their involvement and support this year. CIP Solutions.
Cool. Got some interesting giveaways from Nightstick. Some of the best.
Nightstick as well is new.
Yeah. Now this will be a cool one. On day 3, we've got a really cool women's PPE showcase. So a little something different on day 3. We're going to have a little extended session and really dive deep into the women's PPE, because as you probably know, as a woman, PPE is a little trickier than it should be. Even though we've been talking about it for 10 years, it's still tricky. So, all right. Now, you'll also find stuff under this more, because where else do you put other stuff under more? There's the Safetypedia community. You can always click on that. We've got the help booth. So Samantha is our lifeline, phone a friend, and she is the one to answer the questions, to bail us out, including Scott and I and you. So if you are having trouble or you don't know what you're doing, feel free to click on the booth, ask, or go say hi. It's nice if you're not having any problems to just stop in and say hi to Samantha. And Samantha's going to be hosting some sessions this year, but you can always find her hiding out in the booth, making sure that things are taken care of and the whole place is running smoothly as usual. Right, Samantha? This is
We'll
not
see
her
how it
first.
goes this year. I don't know, year 6. Who knows?
Oh, we've thrown in a few wrinkles
Well, there you go.
just to keep it guessing. And again, if you are a member, well, everyone gets a ticket to the Safepedia community. So when you click on that, you should be able to just log in. Oh, not this user doesn't have access. So I'm in the wrong link. So let's see here. If I go to the home screen, I'll change that link. If you go to the Safepedia community, there you go. Just logs you in, so you'll have access. If you're connecting for the first time, it'll just ask you to authorize the community platform. So if you've never logged in, it will take you to this login screen where you can just log in with your email and username. Ben?
So I got a quick question for you, and
Yep.
that is, I don't know if I should hold it, but when you're presenting, are you going to have, am I going to have my presentation in the queue, or how should I do that? Should I hold that question and maybe talk afterwards?
Yeah, do you have a dry run or a tech run scheduled?
Yeah, I got a dry run tomorrow with Scott,
Okay, yeah.
so we can go over that tomorrow. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple
that'll
too.
work. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So if you haven't been in the community, pop over, sign up. But again, it'll just prompt you to authorize we use a platform called Gainsight for the Safepedia community, and you can join the conversation, scroll down. There's lots of different places to find information. You can just search right here with anything you want to find. But again, you can always scroll down, check out the events. It's going to be ramping up a little bit, but once or twice a month, we'll be having, because it's Safety Connect, we'll be bringing back speakers to keep that conversation going. So many of the speakers you'll see at Safety Connect will also be in the community, and we'll bring them back for a kind of live Ask Me Anythings. And vendors as well, right, Scott? Maybe talk a little bit about the vendors coming back.
Yeah, well, I was going to throw it over to Samantha. She's been working to put a calendar and program together for the community. So maybe she wants to talk a little bit about what's in store. And I'll just say that the community platform really came out of attendees giving us feedback from Safety Connect saying, hey, if this is online, why do we do it once a year? Why can't we do this throughout the year? And I think Samantha coined that phrase of keep the conversation going. And so the community platform is a place and a way for us to keep that conversation going. And I'll put Samantha on the spot to talk a little bit about the programs that she's been putting together for the community.
Yeah. So I know that everybody here is on LinkedIn. So I know that you should have no problem getting yourself into the community. It is at its core, a platform very much like LinkedIn, except instead of shouting into the void and hoping you get an answer, you're connecting with your peers that are industry experts and support systems that are already dedicated and authentic in what they're trying to do. So as Jamie mentioned, as a part of your Safety Connect registration, you get to be a part of the community. So I highly encourage you to get into the community. As Jamie showed, there is conversations going on right now. So make sure that you get in there. You can speak your piece, let everyone know what's going on, get support. Share your insights. A couple of months ago, we had a community event around mental health. And it was, I think, really necessary. And we really want to keep the conversation going, especially around that. It's up on the screen right there, taking care of our own. We think it's integral for our community to feel validated and have a voice, especially in the safety industry. You do not have to be siloed. It does not have to feel, like I said, like you're shouting into a void. We are there to support you, and your peers are there to support you. And as Jamie and Scott both said, this community came about from our community. They were looking for a place where they continued to reach out to each other, not just on LinkedIn or through an email and the occasional phone call. They wanted to be able to have that access to each other and learn to engage with each other. And some people didn't even know that they were right down the road. And that's sort of facetious to say, but there are so many people that are in your network that you don't even know are there. So I encourage you to get into the community. Safety Connect is coming up in a week. It's going to fly by and you're going to feel that buzz. If you haven't been there before, expect to feel that buzz of the event. If you've been there before, I encourage you to share that buzz with other people. Let them know the connections that you've made. There are so many people here that have, as Scott said, made lifelong connections. There are people that have transitioned in their careers because they were able to find people that could support them and push them through to their next move, whether that was lateral or upping that level. So we do have a community event coming up on November 12th that is going to be surrounded by the vendors that took part of the Safety Connect, as well as the community and the attendees that are there. It is mostly to celebrate you and to celebrate our vendors, and again, to keep that conversation going. That is going to be a theme throughout our community. We really just want to make sure that you feel heard, you feel validated. And then November 12th meetup, you should be seeing that shortly, just to make sure that you can put that on your calendars. And again, it will host some of the vendors, it will host some of the attendees. We'll give you a peek at what is coming up for 2026. We have a complete marketing calendar that we are putting out there to make sure that we, again, can support you and facilitate the popular safety and industry terms and concerns that are coming up in 2026. We know that 2025 has certainly looked different in the eyes of the safety industry, because there have been so many uncertainties, so many changes within OSHA, so many promises of changes. So it's been a slippery slope of not knowing where things are going to be. So we find that it is integral for there to be that support system. So one, I encourage you to get into the community. It's super easy, as Jamie said. And two, we do have those meetups coming up. Three, those meetups are on demand. So if you want to take a peek at what has been done in the past, if you can't figure out how to access it there, no worries, reach out to us and we'll make sure that you connect. But that they are super, super important. And we'd love to see you in there engaging with your peers. I know that you have something to say. I know that you have insight. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to share your insight and make those connections, because I'm not being overzealous here, but it is life-changing. And as Jamie's showing, you can literally see where people are. Obviously, we make sure that we authenticate everyone and we're not just sharing information, but look at it. Look at the people that are in your backyard. They're there for you. They want to support you. They want to connect with you. So I'll say it until I can't say it anymore, but get in the community, take a look around, share your wisdom, and just support each other.
Yeah, and I'll maybe just in closing note about the community, if you have been around for a few years with Safety Connect, we've had a couple of soft launches or restarts with community. We know that people who have attended Safety Connect have had access to the community, but not everybody has, like Jamie said, authenticated their account and joined the community. So we've got our platform figured out. We've got the process figured out. There shouldn't be any technical constraints. And if you have any issues, let us know, and we're happy to jump on a call and get you logged in and get you active in the community. And we'll be focusing much more, like Samantha said, we'll be focusing much more on the community throughout the year, in this coming year than we certainly have in the past. So.
I will
takeaway.
also mention, I know it's daunting to hear this and it's a little bit far away, but there will also be another community meetup in December. And that one will be a lot more relaxed and casual, obviously, as we celebrate 2025 and look ahead to 2026. And then again, we'll just give you a little more insight into what 2026 has in store. And obviously, we want to hear your feedback. We don't want to stick to the rails too much. If you have something that you think is really imperative that we discuss for 2026, please let us know. We're always welcome to feedback and we want to hear from you. You are the experts, so we are constantly leaning on you for advice and guidance.
True. And thanks to the founding members who've been with us for a few years and going through platform shuffles and juggling and that kind of thing. And so really appreciate all your help and support as we, juggle the technical universe out there. So thank you all founding members. There's a bunch on the call. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, you know who you are. Thank you. 5. Awesome. All right. So with that, Scott, what are we missing? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think we've covered it off. April and Aaron just send their regrets that they're going to be in meetings or occupied for the conference. If we haven't touched on it, all the sessions are recorded. They'll all be available on demand, so you can log back in at night and get caught up on sessions that you missed.
Yeah.
If you're trying to decide between which one to go to, know that whichever you choose, the others will be available to watch later.
Yeah.
The comments and questions in the platform are live as well. So obviously, if you watch a session on demand and you have a question, definitely feel free to reach out directly to the speaker. You can also put your question in the platform, and we are encouraging speakers to go back and review any questions that we maybe didn't get to during the live session or that were asked after the fact, so that they can get answered, and you'll get a notification that your question was answered. I think was George asked about the CEUs, so there will be a post-conference survey that you fill out quickly in order to access your certificate of completion, the CEUs for the conference. And that will happen after after the conference is complete. So I think that's it. Definitely, again, connect with others, get to those networking sessions, and really, it is the old adage about what you put in is what you get out, and the people who definitely have the most positive experience are the ones who attend the sessions and attend the networking and interact and connect with others. So get in there and make the most of it.
Yep. And just to reiterate, once saw a couple people jump on, most of the conference will be inside this schedule all sessions. So when you log in, I love one thing about this platform. Shout out to Cvent. It's our partner with the platform here. You don't need a password to log in. You just need your name and your email, which is pretty handy sometimes. If you're like me, sometimes you forget a password, but most of it will be under schedule all sessions, and then you find your session and you just click right on that session, or you saw the button there, join as attendee, and highly encourage you to crack open that chat. You'll see once the session starts, the screen will just be right here for attendees. So you watch it, you can chat, there'll be a live chat going on. You can ask your questions over here. So if you ask a question, you just put it in the question box. You can ask it anonymously, maybe it's a sensitive topic or that kind of thing. And then you'll also, I can't see it here because I'm not an attendee. Happens all the time where someone asks a question that you would maybe have liked to ask or thought about asking. You can upvote other people's questions. So that kind of helps the speakers. If someone asks a question and you're like, yeah, and many other people are like, yeah, that's a great question, it'll sift that question to the top. So the speaker can see questions with the most votes will come to the top, and maybe you'll answer the questions in that order. That kind of thing. So that's a little bit about that. I think that's it. Any questions in the group about the platform before we start spinning the wheel?
I was just going to say, we ran through pretty quick. I think that's a lot of information to download. Again, we're recording it. We'll make it available so if people want to go back and watch. But we've got a lot of long-term safety connectors here. So, if anybody has a comment or a thought that maybe you'd like to share from an attendee or presenter perspective that we've missed out on, we definitely we'll do a few minutes of open mic if anybody would like to jump in and share their experiences or thoughts or encouragement for this year.
I will say it's easy to go back and get sessions you missed, or if there are multiple sessions at the same time you want to hear, it's very easy to go back and pick those up. I'm one of the ones this year. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick them all up because I'm was volunteered to do a safety and health audit that week somewhere else. So, I'm looking forward to being able to go back and pick up all of them.
Yeah, great, great point.
Yeah.
I know one year Gabe attended Safety Connect from the warehouse. So it's, you can log in on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, but definitely, like Lynn said, you can catch any sessions you missed after hours as well.
Yeah, I was going to
Aaron,
say I joined last year from my phone because I was on site and I had some pockets where I had some downtime and I was able to join and participate from my phone. So I thought that was a really neat opportunity because I didn't have an opportunity to be at my laptop.
I will say year over year, and I obviously do not recommend this. And as safety professionals, you should also know not to recommend this. And I think Scott knows where I'm going with this, but many of you have been driving while attending the conference. The
Some.
hands-free devices that you've set up in your vehicles have allowed some of you, I won't name names, to attend the conference via your vehicle. Again, I don't recommend it. The sessions are all recorded, they're available after the fact. So I understand you don't want to miss a thing, but you can join us in the lounge after. You can join us in the community. And again, you can watch those sessions on demand.
Yes. Would encourage you to put the phone down while you're driving. Absolutely.
We've seen some sheep on the road. We've seen some things.
I like Aaron had a good question. You'll notice, so day one and day two, everything will be in this screen right here. Day three, it'll start out inside the platform, but then once the vendor demos start happening, it'll all be just in a big Zoom. And then Aaron's question specifically about the ergo moments. Speaking of ergo moments, we've got Brandon in the room who's going to be leading us, I think, on both, right, Brandon? You're going to be.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, I will be doing both.
So that's cool. CIP Solutions, Dr. Brandon in the house. He's going to help us calibrate ourselves halfway through the day. So that'll be nice.
And I fully expect if you're driving, you're going to participate in the stretch while driving.
Like we do on the plane. You bend your feet up and down. It's terrible. All right. Without further ado, any final points?
So I had I don't recall if it was the second or the third Safety Connect, but I was attending sometimes on my phone, poolside in Florida with a cocktail in my hand. So there's that too.
Andy knows how to
Wasn't
save.
driving. Oh, and
Right.
I do have a quick question before you start spinning that wheel. Do you get any extra chances if you're wearing an awesome shirt like this?
What? I hope
Might,
so.
might be stealing our thunder for the conference. We might have some special wheels lined up for those who jumped on with the early bird or got the Safety Connect shirts on the weekly draws. So I think Andy's onto something. He knows us too well. He knows us.
Well, how come April doesn't have a shirt? You're a founding member. Didn't you order a shirt?
I have one, but I'm not allowed to wear it at work.
Who we're gonna need a contact information for your supervisor.
I'll gladly supply it.
Yeah. David Cooper wants a shirt. Yes, there if you do have a shirt already, we highly encourage you to wear it at Safety Connect because there may or may be some special advantages if we see you or you do, or even if you take a picture and post it on LinkedIn. that helps. And there's going to be lots of shirts. We've got lots of polos left to give away. Is anyone on the call chose their surprise, Keller?
Going, and I was gonna say, sorry to jump in, Jamie. Just we had, if you did order a polo, you might have noticed there was a surprise me option. So you could pick, you know, a blue or gray or white or black, but there was surprise me. So for those courageous people who picked surprise me, you know, we'll get into the details at the conference, but we definitely appreciate your confidence in us and your spirit of fun with the surprise me, and we'll have definitely special shout out for those who picked the surprise me option on the polos.
Yep, that's true. And whoever is bugging David Cooper right now, just leave him alone, for God's sakes. He's telling you to get back. He's on a call. Right on. I remember David, I think, from last year. You were at the conference last year. Yes, sir. That hair is amazingly awesome. I wish I had that hair. I can't do that. Nice. All right. Yes, Tessie. Okay, well, are we're ready to spin the wheel or what?
Let's do it. Speaking of polos, let's do it for a Safety Connect polo.
All right, that's reasonable. All right, we've got 34 people in the room. You guys ready for this? Hopefully you can hear it. Is this for a polo? On your mark, get set, good luck. No way. I want to share my screen here just so you know it's not planned. David Cooper. Can you all see this? Can you see this, or you can't see the list of attendees?
No, I can't. We can't see it.
Maybe I'll screenshot it. So there's the three of us, and then David is the 13th spot, which he's the 10th spot. So congratulations, David.
That's awesome.
Oh, uh-oh. Shh. There's Gabe. There's Gabe. Are we spinning again, Scott?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Should we do another poll? It seems that they're very coveted this year. Maybe we should do one more polo, and then we could do, I think you mentioned the Squincher prize pack.
Yeah.
Like Jamie mentioned, they're hosting the lounge, the networking event, day one, and it's similar to Jamie. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. So a special shout out to Squincher, year 50. Pretty amazing story. They're going to be sharing more with us at the conference. So let's do a polo, and then let's do a Squincher prize pack.
Can't quite see. Just got my Squincher. A little tougher to get Squincher down in Costa Rica. Had to get my friend to bring it down. All right, are you ready? One more polo. Away we go. So we'll send you, just so you know, we send out a link and you choose your polo and your size and your color and all that. So we'll send that. We'll send you that, David. And away we go. Good luck. 34. All right. Where are you? I don't see you. I don't think. Chelsea. Faiska? If you're in the house, Chelsea, let's see, are you on page 2? Chelsea, congratulations if you're there. Oh, you are there. I see you. I just can't hear you. Oh, yay. Thank you. Right on. So we will. Chelsea, are you already signed up for Safety Connect? If not, maybe you could send. If you are, yes, great. We'll find you. And if not, we'll have to get you to send me your information to my email. I just put it in the chat there. And that is, I don't think it's www, is it?
What would it be?
I don't know. I think it's just safetyconnect.com.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
you could be.
How you doing, Gabe? What's cooking? Yeah. You're somewhere. Okay.
He's
Squint
in
your-
he's in Denver to catch a Broncos game.
Ugh, why?
They're the team to watch this year, Jamie.
Well, it sure isn't the Saints. I'll tell you that much. Lord. All right. And he's jumping on. Thanks, Gabe. Great job jumping on the call. Okay, here we go. Final spin of the day, I think. Squint your prize pack. Everyone, thank you so much for joining the pre-meetup. If you haven't registered, register. You got lots of prizes, lots of education, lots of CEUs, lots of networking, lots of fun, and there's lots going on. So here we go. Good luck. This person on my front screen, JJ Peets, and congratulations. JJ, are you in the house? Oh, nice one, Gabe. Well, congratulations again. If you are registered, we'll find you. And if you are not, I'm going to look.
I am not registered yet. I haven't attended for a couple of years now.
Oh, well, fire me an email. It's in the chat.
Okay.
With your email, and then we'll send you the link to get your shirt, your polo.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's a Squint Your prize pack. Never mind. You're going to be hydrated.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any final remarks, points? Samantha, Scott, anyone? Bueller?
Yeah, register, sign up for the community, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining. Looking forward to it.
Thank you guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you, definitely.
All right. Thanks, everyone. See you in 6 days.
Here, everyone.
Panic button. Panic.
Oh, hands.
See you in a few days, Ben, on the
Yes.
dry run. All right. Bye, everyone.